Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we have a bunch of awesome news in regards to Black Ops 4 and its Blackout Battle Royale game mode. So for those who don't know, the Blackout beta is set to begin in just 6 days time for the PlayStation 4, and as a result, GameInformer is running a huge cover story on Black Ops 4 this month. The digital issue of the new GameInformer became available today, and in there we got a bunch of new Blackout information as well as some early teaser images that we've never actually seen before. So here we can see Crash approaching a skyscraper with the Koshka sniper rifle, and here we see Ruin going towards a refinery, and in the background you can barely make out the windmills that were used on the Black Ops 2 multiplayer map Turbine. Now of course we got these images from the magazine, but we're also getting a bunch of other teaser images from the official Call of Duty Twitter handle as well as from various YouTubers. So apparently what's happening here is the Call of Duty Twitter handle is DMing certain YouTubers GIFs that show the bird's eye perspective of the Blackout map. As of right now, we only have 3 of these images, though I imagine by the time this video goes live, we are going to have more of them, and if we do, I will put links to them down there in the description, but so far we only have 3 at the time of this video being recorded, and news site Charlie Intel was able to combine a couple of these images into this image right here. As you guys can see, right there we have the Black Ops 2 multiplayer map raid, though as you can tell, it's not exactly a scale-for-scale remake. What I think they're doing with Blackout, and keep in mind this is just speculation, I'm no game developer, but I think the reason why this is not a perfect scale-for-scale remake is because they want the Blackout map to feel organic and feel like things actually belong there, as compared to just like putting down raid in one spot and then right next to it putting plaza, then right next to that putting firing range, then right next to that putting a lake with hijacked in the middle. Instead of doing it that way, I think they want to be much more tactful with the Blackout design, and that's something I'm super excited about. That's why when the beta goes live on the 10th, I plan to do a live stream with you guys where we basically explore the entire map and see everything there is to see. Obviously, I'm going to try my best to win each match, but more importantly, I want to see every location, I want to find every Easter egg, I basically just want to see everything there is to see within the Blackout map itself. Speaking of the upcoming beta, we finally have official confirmation, not a leak, but official confirmation on just how many players will be dropping in on the map at one time. According to GameInformer, the official number for Blackout is 80 players, but Treyarch did tell them that the player count may change for launch. I have a feeling the player count is actually going to be determined by the upcoming beta. Internal testing is one thing, but when the beta goes live, they can see how the actual community reacts to the player count, and from there they can make a decision on whether or not they want to increase the number up from 80, or maybe even decrease it depending on how things play out. Now, one super interesting fact about the Blackout player count is it is actually higher than what Battlefield has planned for their Battle Royale mode. It was revealed today that Battlefield 5's Firestorm mode, which is their take on Battle Royale, will only have 64 players. Now, to be fair, they are doing BR a little bit differently. They plan to specifically go for 16 teams of 4 with their game mode, but either way, I think it's really hilarious that Call of Duty's Battle Royale mode has more players than Battlefield's, when Battlefield's big claim to fame is big maps and larger player counts and, of course, vehicles and stuff like that. It looks like Call of Duty's doing all of these things, but they're going to be doing it on a much bigger scale, which is really, really interesting. Speaking of things being on a bigger scale, Treyarch has confirmed our speculation because zombies will indeed be part of the Blackout map. David Vonderhaar specifically said that the zombies are going to be spawning in zombies locations. We do know for a fact that Verrucht is going to be there, and I imagine other places as well. Like, I can picture them reusing what they did with the zombies map Transit and having like a big cornfield or a hayfield somewhere, and then at the end of that field have a remake of Nocturne on Toten perhaps actually being there. That would be super interesting, and I think that's going to be one of the things that separates Blackout from the other Battle Royale modes out there, right? Because just picture this for a moment. We have the game going on, the circle keeps getting smaller and smaller, and the final circle is going to be a zombies location like Verrucht. That would be freaking insane, right? Because not only do you have players all trying to kill each other, we're down to like 5 or 10 players, but we also have zombies running around who will be trying to kill pretty much everybody in the area. And of course, if you're trying to hide from the opposing players and a zombie's coming at you, you're going to have to kill that zombie, which may or may not give away your location. I think that is going to make things pretty interesting. GameInformer also said that zombies will be dropping some form of loot. We don't know exactly what they are going to be dropping, but I think that's interesting as well because it could add a new layer of strategy to the Blackout mode, right? Because some people, no doubt, are going to be dropping down to Nuketown, right? They're going to be going to firing range. They're going to try to find raid, for example. But other people like myself, maybe we want to drop down on the zombies locations because perhaps the zombies locations will be high risk, high reward. I imagine the location, like using Verrucht as an example, I feel like Verrucht is going to have a bunch of items that spawn spawn within it, but at the same time, it's also going to have zombies who can also drop some form of loot. So perhaps we go there, we loot the entire insane asylum, we kill off all the zombies that are there, and then we have a lot more loot than somebody that, for example, dropped off at, I don't know, Turbine, just using that as a random location, right? I feel as though it could be high risk, high reward. Of course, we will see when the beta actually goes live, but moving away from zombies for a moment, let's talk about the vehicles that will be featured in the Blackout Battle Royale game mode. So far, we actually have 4 confirmed vehicles, which we did see during the reveal trailer, but Game Informer gave us a bit more insight as to how exactly they are going to work. So, on the ground, we have the ATV, which holds 1 driver and 1 passenger. We have the cargo truck, which is going to hold 1 driver and 4 passengers. In the air, we have the Little Bird, which holds 1 pilot and 4 passengers. And in the water, we have the Zodiac inflatable boat, which holds 1 driver and 1 passenger. As of right now, it's unclear whether or not more vehicles are going to be added to the game at launch, or maybe be added later on in the game's life cycle, though it seems incredibly likely given the nature of Battle Royale games. You look at other games out there like Fortnite or PUBG, and every time they add a new item, the entire community goes wild, and I imagine the same thing is going to be happening for Blackout. Maybe one week they introduce a new assault rifle, the next week they introduce some new attachments, the week after that maybe they give us a Jeep of some kind. I have a feeling we are going to be getting a lot more vehicles in Blackout as time goes on, but honestly, we have no idea what they have planned for the mode outside of the beta, but I'm just personally excited to get my hands on this mode and actually see what Blackout is actually going to be about, because on paper, like based on what we've seen so far from trailers and from interviews and of course from Game Informer, it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun, and that's coming from somebody who doesn't even like Battle Royale games. Like, I've tried them all, man. I've tried PUBG, I've tried H1Z1, I even put a couple of hours into Fortnite before getting tired of it. I just, for some reason, was never able to get into the Battle Royale genre, but I think that might change with Call of Duty, right? Because this is going to be kind of like on my home turf, you know? It's going to be Call of Duty. We're going to have guns that I remember from previous Treyarch games. We're going to have the Call of Duty gameplay systems, which I think is actually a big deal. Like, for me personally, and I know some people are going to hate to hear this, but when I play games like PUBG or H1Z1, I can't help but feel like the gunplay is just really, really bad as compared to Call of Duty, which is something that I've been playing for over a decade now, right? I'm excited to see what the gunplay is going to be like in Blackout. I'm excited to see how the zombies are going to interact with the map itself. I'm excited to just explore all the locations and try out all the vehicles. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, but who knows? It may actually be terrible. It may flop super hard, but based on what I've seen so far, I'm actually pretty excited. I'd love to hear what you guys think down there in the comment section below. Now, one final thing before I end off the video here today, I would like to remind you guys that the Blackout beta begins on September 10th for the PlayStation 4, and it will be lasting 1 week until September 17th. If you play on Xbox or PC, you kind of got the short end of the stick because your beta begins on September 14th and will be lasting all the way until the 17th. And for the PC specifically, the beta will be open to everybody starting on the 15th. Keep in mind, we are talking about a private beta for consoles, so if you want to play Blackout, you need to pre-order Black Ops 4 in one way or another. But keep in mind, if you've already pre-ordered for the multiplayer beta, the application you have installed on your console will automatically turn into the Blackout beta once the beta is available on your platform of choice. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have for you guys here today. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section below, and keep in mind that the final Call of Duty World War II event went live this afternoon, and I will likely have another video covering that for you guys going up later on this evening. But until then, I hope you enjoyed. Drop me a rating, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.